Welcome to the Warrior Supercast. This is the program where we keep you up to date on what's going on in the Winton Woods City School District. And today we have in our studio students from the Winton Woods High School Theater Production Team. Thank you so much for being in here.
Of course.
Thank you.
Let's start out by introducing yourselves. So let's just meet the students here. Go ahead.
My name is Shania. I am in the 11th grade.
Hi, my name is Cameron. I'm in the 11th grade.
I'm Chris, and I'm in 11th grade as well.
I'm Rel, and I'm in 10th grade.
Okay, so we have covered a multitude of grades. Rel, I'm going to ask you the name of the show. What's the show you're working on?
Once on This Island.
You can see perhaps why I asked Rel for the name of the show, because she has some merch here. Once on This Island is the name of the show. Rel, can you tell me a little bit about what the show is about?
It's about a girl from an island. She's in the musical we call them, there's the poor side of the island, and they're referred to as peasants. And there's the rich side of the island, and they are grand hommes.
Chris, is this based on a particular kind of true story background, or is it a parable? Tell us about how that works.
I know it's based off a book.
Okay.
I forget the name of the book,
Okay.
but it is based off a book.
How big is your cast?
Our cast is about I think 20.
20,
20,
22, somewhere in the 20s.
little
Okay,
over
that's
20.
a good sized cast.
Mm-hmm.
All students at Winton Woods High School.
Yes.
What grades do they come from?
They come from 9th through 12th grade.
Okay,
The
so
whole
the whole
thing.
range,
Yeah.
range. Students to try out for this, do they have any requirements?
Tryouts is usually you sing one of the songs if you want to try out for a part. If you don't, you sing the chorus you can sing with another friend. But if you're trying out for a solo, then you sing by yourself, and you have all the directors, the dance directors, the music director, and the head director, and they sit there and they watch you. And sometimes on Fridays or Thursdays we do callbacks, just in case they didn't really get what they wanted, so they want to hear it again and see if more people can, see if they work together. If there's a romantic in the thing, they're let's see what they look like together. Let's see what these people,
See how actors work together. What do they look like next to each other?
Like the chemistry.
Yeah. Were the auditions fun for you, or were they scary?
They were extremely nerve-wracking.
Okay.
But when you're in the moment, you end up having fun that way. I can speak from
Auditions are always nerve-wracking, no
Oh
matter
it
what.
just happened to be in flu season.
Oh no!
Yes.
Auditions were in flu season. That sounds
Yeah.
exciting. Is there anyone that said auditioning process? Actually, it's kind of a rush, and I love it.
I like the auditioning process. Honestly, it makes me go. I do this thing where I try out first, every year. I try to get the first slot. I want to be the first to go in the room, because I'm a very nervous person. I just go in there shaking, I'm gonna do it and get it over with.
That is really nice. How about you, Cameron?
I find my spot on the wall. Don't even look at the directors, and I just sing. That's my tactic, and I try to go in the middle.
Okay.
So not the first, but definitely not the last.
Okay.
I would never go last.
Where did you all place in the time in the timing? Were you at the beginning or towards the end?
See, and this is Shania, how she says she always should be first. I always do the second day of auditions. I just seeing people audition makes me feel more comfortable. And then it's just I talk to them about how their audition process went, and it just makes me, it makes me more
Comfortable.
Yeah, more comfortable about auditioning.
Yeah.
I like this because there's so many different ways to approach this. And are there any parts so we talk about the whole process you have to go to become part of the theater, part of the show. Is there any time, and this isn't your first show, are any of you new to theater? No, you're all. So you have had this experience over and over again. Is there any time you feel, because I do this regularly for theater, I also now have skills that I can use in other places?
Acting goes a long way. Emotions are very hard to control, but knowing how to, I've had, parts where I'm almost on the verge of tears backstage, and I have to go on stage and just smile and be all happy because I'm just feeling overwhelmed. And sometimes out in the world, you need to put on that strong face in front of people because not life can be hard and
Yeah,
stuff.
that control.
Yeah.
That's a really good point. The control that you need to learn for theater, you can use that in your daily life. Are there any other ways that you thought of, Chris?
Time management.
Oh, yeah.
It's because, theater, our rehearsals take so much time after school. I have to balance theater rehearsals on top of schoolwork, on top of all my classes. And then, not to mention, during theater, I have to worry about getting food. And I have to worry about sleep. And when I get home, I have to worry about studying, doing chores, taking care of my pets and my family and doing all of that. And then going to sleep and waking up and repeating it.
And lather, rinse, repeat, right?
Yes.
Over.
And you never know, something new could come up in the day, too.
There's always the unplanned things. And I know that you are in other extracurriculars besides theater. So you have your academics, which have to stay on point, and then you have the theater rehearsals and production to work on. I know because we at Waycross have recorded you doing other music things. What are some of the other projects that you're involved in?
I'm involved in a cappella and choir and band
Okay.
and a bunch of honor societies at my school. So
Okay.
that's
And how about you?
I do music honor society, band, theater, choir, cheer. I grab a new one every year.
Just whatever's on the sign-up sheet.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Good to know. How about you, Seth?
I do a cappella just like Cameron and band and choir. It doesn't. It's technically an arts, so I do poetry club as well.
Oh, yeah, that's neat, too. And how about you, Chris? What other things?
I do band, choir. I'm also in orchestra, and I'm also like in a cappella.
So tell me about the roles you have in this production. We'll start with you.
I play the main character. Her name is Timoon in the show. She's a very hopeful individual who just wants a lot in life. I'm a part of this story.
Okay. And how about you?
I play What Are the Gods, Papa Gay. And Papa Gay's more the villain in the story, but there's a lot more to Papa Gay if you really pay attention to his character. But the main thing is just Papa Gay, the god of death, just wants things to be in order. So when Timoon kind of disrupts that, Papa Gay's not really happy. And so Papa Gay wants what Papa Gay wants. So she tries to get that throughout the story. So I'm very mischievous. And it's my first villain at my school specifically. So I'm excited to play something different and people see a different side of me. So
Oh, that sounds really interesting. How about you, Chris?
I also play one of the gods. I'm Agwe, the god of water. He's more of like a mellower compared to the other gods, but he still plays a pretty important role in comparison to all the other gods and the characters in the show too.
And how about you now?
I also play one of the gods.
We have a fantastic studio right now. I love this so much. Okay, yes, tell me more.
Her name is Erzuli, and she's the goddess of love, Papa Gay's foil. And, okay, the attitude.
Yes,
and then,
nice.
But she's very hopeful, and she just wants Timoon, Shania, to follow her dreams and get what she wants.
How many of you feel like your part is nothing like you at all and such a stretch?
I feel like if me and Cameron switch roles, then
Then
we would be like...
Then you would be actually what you're like.
Yes.
but me and Shania are playing totally opposite characters.
Okay.
My personality is more like Timoon. I'm the, oh my gosh, guys, let's just all be happy. But no, I can't do that. I can't smile. I'm literally just ugh.
I'm more of the kind of person that's like, you know exactly what's going on in life. There's no point of hiding it. I'm going to tell you the truth. And that's more like who Papa Gay is. And it just so happened we have the opposite character.
Love that.
It just so happens.
How about you guys?
I could say that Agwe has definitely been a more harder role to try to play because I'm also a very bubbly person.
Okay.
And I like being loud. I'm energetic. I like hanging out with my friends. I like being direct with people. But Agwe, he's more, like I said, he's more like a mellow guy. He's in the background, but he still shows importance and still reacting to everything. And I'm back there plotting, but I'm not really plotting on the main character or making a significance, but I'm plotting in the background. I just said a whole lot of nonsense. Sorry.
That was perfect.
Yeah.
How about yours?
I feel like I'm more or less playing an extension of myself.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
you can ask all of them. I act pretty much the same in real life that I do as my character.
Do you think that makes it harder to be the character, to draw the line between, oh, this is the character, wait, no, that's me?
Yes. It makes it harder to like put a distinction between the two.
How long have you been working on this production so far?
4 months.
4 months. That's exciting. And there's 22 cast members. What about crew? Are the crew also from the student body?
Yes.
Yes.
And how many students roughly do you think are doing that?
12
I
to
say-
15.
Yeah,
I was about to
12,
say like
15.
Really?
15-ish.
Okay.
Yeah.
How does it feel to be crew versus performer?
For me personally, I could say when I was crew, I would watch the people on stage and I'd be like, I want to be like those people. And I felt important because I knew that I built these sets and I help with all these things. And I'm helping these people put on this amazing show for an audience to see. And that just made me feel really good. But a big part of me wanted to be on stage, and that's why I'm on cast now.
Do you think that having the facilities and the resources to have a theater program helps the rest of the academics that you have at Winton Woods?
It depends on how much they focus on us more.
Yeah.
But I think the theater is something to like bring back joy. And you've been at school all day. Why not come see the show afterward? Or, it just brings back joy. Like, just remember that you still have people here. Like, it's like band. Like, music is something in life that you always are gonna need.
It brings people together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think it makes it easier to focus on more straight academics if you have access to those other things too?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Because
It gives, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but it gives me something to look afterwards
Yep, that's-
after school.
that's
It
what I was
makes
just about
it
to
makes
say.
doing schoolwork and going through that stressful
worth
Stressful
it.
work.
Because I have rehearsal.
worth
right
it
after
because I'm
school.
like, I have rehearsal, yes.
What about the community you build as being part of the theater group?
It's strong.
It's like
I
a
mean,
family.
It's literally just like a family. Like, people can be mean to you like all days in different parts of school, but when you come to theater, like, you feel like home. Like, everybody's nice, everybody's encouraging, and I think that's really important to have, because sometimes the negativity of others can really affect you. But if you have a positive place and a positive atmosphere, it truly makes a difference in a person's life.
Do you want to give a shout out to any adult advisors that are working with you?
I give a shout out to all the adults that are working with us, from Miss Keena to Miss Kaz, because Miss Keena is like the crew director. She helps like make our sets so strong. Miss Kaz keeps us focused. Miss Normo, she keeps us dancing, all happy, their jokes and stuff. And Miss Chakowski, Mr. Kretz, they keep us on rhythm.
They keep them vocals.
Them vocals. They make sure you're singing it right.
Were there any parts that, as you're working through this, that have been a challenge that you didn't expect maybe to be a challenge? Cameron, do you have one?
For me, it's definitely the accent, as we've had to like learn more of like a Haitian Jamaican accent, and that was a huge struggle for me at first. And then just really keeping the character in different fonts, because Papa Gay is also one of the storytellers. I'm not just evil the entire time. I'm telling a part of the story. So making that switch between like, oh yes, death, but then also like, here's the story, here's what's happening, is definitely something that I'm working on.
Tell me the dates of the show.
The 11th, 12th, and the 13th of April.
Okay.
June,
April 11th, 12th, and 13th. Just going to repeat that.
Friday,
Make sure you mark
Saturday,
it.
Sunday.
Okay, so it's a weekend?
Yes.
So anyone who now's a good time to mark those on your calendar because we're getting up to that now. Is there a particular groups of people you think will like this more? If people like this kind of show?
I
or-
think a musical always has music, obviously, but this one's heavy music. Like, there's songs pour into another. So if you are heavy music and maybe not a lot of talking, you're gonna like Once on the Side.
I think a specific group, I wouldn't say younger, I would say like the older, you would understand it more. I feel like it's more of a emotional thing. The more emotions you can feel, I feel like that's the kind of person that would come see this.
It reminds me a lot of The Little Mermaid and Moana. So if you like shows that are about the sea and about like how people are interacting with higher powers, it would really be enjoyable for people like that.
How about you, Chris? Do you have any?
I have nothing.
Nothing.
They said it all.
I've got nothing. That is all.
They said it all.
He's given it all to us already. He's saving all of it for the stage, so you have to go see. Well, is there anything else you think people should know about this production, about theater at Winton Woods, anything like that?
Oh, yeah. This show, we had brought it back from our COVID cast who wasn't able to perform it. And we had brought it back to, like, it was more of like, hey, this is your show. Come see it. Come be you.
Okay.
Like,
This is a tribute
yeah,
to the students who didn't get their turn.
yeah.
I didn't know this was the show that they didn't get to do.
They basically finished the show and
literally
didn't even get
finished
to
it, and then-
perform it.
They did all the work.
Yeah.
They just didn't get the performance.
Well, some of them will get to perform it if they choose to perform the last song with us, Why We Tell the Story,
Oh, that's neat.
Yes.
on one of the nights of the show.
There'll be a night that it's like the alumni night.
Yes.
Okay.
Which would be really special. Some more the reason.
Okay.
Okay.
So, what night is that night?
Saturday.
Yeah.
Saturday. Because of broadcast rights, we don't often get to talk to the theater department. So I hope that we get to find out more. And even if we can't record it, we can go see it. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching us, because that means you want to stay informed on what's happening with the Winton Woods City School District, and you want to know when you can go see this show. And actually, before we leave, we're going to take a brief minute to hear just one little piece of it so that you know you want to get your tickets.
And she stands against the lightning and the thunder.
And she shelters and protects us from above. And she fills us with the power and the wonder of her love. And this is why we tell the story. Why we tell the story. Why we tell the story.